Bow, 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 bow.
Man, you were deep in the Matrix.
Hit that bass, man. Hit that bass. It's hump day, Wednesday. Definitely Wednesday. Market Vitals, the stream, marketvitals.io, the community. Don't piss down my back and tell me it's raining. The moniker, what we live by. HFR from the floor with Miss Trade, Matt Davio, streaming on a Wednesday. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing great. I wanted to start out by saying that I loved the All-Star game. Two things I loved about it: the speed of play, the pace of play. I love the youth. I love the studs that are playing baseball. It's not a bunch of fat old guys anymore. Like seriously, you know, because there was like 25 years there where I was like, what's going on with baseball? It's like a bunch of. Now, man, I mean, every guy you look at is an Adonis specimen and can pound the ball and can catch, and they got great. I love the mics on the players last night.
That was awesome.
I hate Joe Buck, but
I got to tell you what, though, he did a good job with that.
He did do a good job, and it's not a comfortable place for him, you could tell. But I loved the All-Star uniforms too. I love the Blues on the American League, who won what 8th or 9th time in a row. Fantastic. And everybody performed. It was fun to watch, and the game was over in like 2.5 hours, Bob. For an all-star game, can't beat it. Loved it.
I like the White Sox new South Side, just says South Side on the uni, and the black with the white pinstripes, South Side. They're gorgeous. I need to get my hands on one of those. And Matt, how about
with HFR from the floor only on the back?
Right on. How about my total abandonment, apparently, of being a Cubs fan, because I had no idea.
You missed that they lost 11 in a row?
Yeah. There's just so much sports. It's like sports overload. And there's just and this is actually the slower time of the year for sports.
Well, I think that's part of it. It is so slow that you just had to do that.
All right. Hold on a second here. All right, Matt, we're going to rapid fire here so we can get to some price discovery. I brought this in and I kind of wanted to fucking joke about it, right? But then you mentioned the tweet from my friend Jimmy Urio on the floor, and his tweet basically said, I have had 3 friends that have drank themselves into the grave this year. And, he posted a tweet from Thomas Sowell that says there is no what was it? There is no. Hold on, I don't want to bastardize the quote. Yeah. Because it's poignant for the time. And he said, there are no solutions, only trade-offs. Trump said this orange man bad early on in the pandemic. Like the solution can't be worse than the virus. And from one thing to another, it seems to me that that's kind of what's happened here.
Well, the same thing, like I said, that it's always like when Bridesmaids came out, I knew the world had shifted. When our daughters are acting like frat boys, it's not a good sign. And, and you see this in the Barstool site where these girls are chugging beers as much as my sons are, and they weigh, they're half the weight. So 220 to 110, and you're trying to keep up with the frat boys. It's not a good idea. And the CDC also came out this morning with numbers on overdoses from all drugs, and it was something like 100,000, right at 100,096 or something like that. And I'm sorry, but yeah, this is all because of, I think there's way more shrapnel and backlash from the shutdowns. And again, we had Carol Roth on talking about this. It's just beginning, that we're just starting to see the tip over in the numbers. And it will be, unfortunately, so you're driving kids to drink more at 25 than they did in college. And then at 30, just because they got nothing else to do. It's not going to, it's not good for society for this path to continue this way. It's just not good.
It's brutal. I'm going to rapid fire a couple of things here. This our fearless leader, Uncle Joe, and he needs to have the names of all the reporters and the circled ones that he actually can engage with. I mean, a
Well,
picture is worth a
you know,
thousand
I
words.
also posted this in the Market Vitals community this morning that much like Britney Spears, who is under conservatorship, as is Joe Biden, whoever is pulling the strings and telling him what to say, who he can talk to, how he can talk to them. It's all, you know, it's got to go through daddy, and daddy in this case is most likely Obama.
Yeah, I agree 100%. You know, I saw another tweet that it said, how can this be like this world that we live in where people don't see they see their feed and that's it. And this is another example here. You know, Madison Avenue, Matt, they're incredibly effective. And these are new tools for Madison Avenue. I remember watching the newscast reel of, 30 different newscasts around the country, and the newscasters or news pitchers, right? Not journalists, were reading the exact same thing off the teleprompter across the country.
Right.
And this
and honestly, Bob, I think that's probably something that really was happening probably longer than we believe.
Probably. I mean,
but because of where we are now, how we can see what's going on in Raleigh, Charlotte, Hartford, Connecticut, Taos, New Mexico, right? You pick your spot, Omaha. Now you see all those feeds because they're all fed to Twitter. Everybody's got a Twitter account. Look at me. And, I think the problem now is becoming very evident, or rather, to your point, it's a lot cheaper for Madison Avenue to open 100 different Twitter accounts that say the same thing than it is to buy advertising in 100 different local markets and post the same stuff. So
I didn't read the full article, but I don't understand this. It just might be trolling, or is it narrative driving? What's the fucking difference?
Right.
Oh, it's just trolling. Well, okay, that makes me feel better. It's just trolling. Good. And then this was from Dr. Simone Gold. Same thing, exact same verbiage for the whole thing. But more interestingly, Matt, let me share if I can. And that is, hold on a second. All the narratives. I'm going to get back to this in a second, but what I wanted to point out more importantly was when you search for this.
Cuba bad, Central America good. That one that you just brought up, by the way, the DHS.
Oh, no, I got a better tack than that.
Okay.
When you search on Google, on the Google machine, this was my search, identical messaging about COVID on social media, you come up with zero. Right. Zero search results, right? You go to scrub. Is identical. I mean, I said identical messaging, right? DuckDuckGo doing a little bit of service. But back to this is my most productive tweet of the day. Our esteemed Department of Homeland Security Secretary says that, let me be clear, if you take to the sea, you will not come to the United States. Again, I repeat, do not risk your life attempting to enter the United States illegally. Be awesome if they had the same rhetoric with the second, right, on the border in El Paso where nobody.
The age of ambiguity.
It's unreal. And I said he should just say, listen, if you want to come here, swim to Mexico, and then you can walk in.
No problem. Bob, Kamala did say don't come. But I thought she was talking about Joe Biden. I'm not sure what that was about. Don't come.
All right, man. All of this has to leave the price discovery somewhere on the. And this that you shared, you're taking the family.
Stop sharing your screen.
You're going back to Michigan, and this is the quote you get for the SUV: $4,400 tax in to rent an SUV for a week. Now, I want to preface this. I remember. This is the honest guy. It's true. 2013, we came out to Oregon to see my son play some rugby, and I rented a car, and I shit you not, for 4 days from PDX, and it was $18.
Yeah. I mean,
$18 for 4 days.
Just a year ago, cars were, or before the pandemic, that's how, you can go on rentalcars.com and find the little car like you're talking about, just that will get you to and fro for $5 to $8 a day. There's no doubt about it. And now, because of the volume, apparently, Bob, there's only 10 of us in the entire country that are renting Suburbans this summer. Because
I'm sorry. Let me get back to this so everybody can see it clearly. Yeah. $4,400 for the week. Good luck, Matt. You better start trading. Fuck the micros. You got to start trading bigger. And by the way, I talked to my friend, my former boss at Lehman Brothers, definitely Lehman Brothers. Microvitals, we are looking for sponsors, right? And he said, listen, you guys do a great job. Thank you. Your price discovery is awesome. Your analysis is great. He goes, you're never going to find a sponsor if you keep swearing. And I said, hey, fuck you. This is how a pit conversation actually goes. And I said, we want to be like the Joe Rogan of trading shows. And he's like, you're not Joe Rogan. I'm like, thank you very much. I understand that. But anyway, Matt, let's do some price discovery.
You may not be Joe Rogan, but Joe Rogan's no Matt Davio.
Come on, let's talk car rentals. Avis.
Well,
Avis
no, let's talk
tradable.
Hertz first. Let's talk Hertz because Hertz obviously
Hertz went bankrupt in the pandemic, right?
they're back. No, it's trading. So they're back, and Hertz is HTZ GQ. You know, because it's cool now. That's why I think that's why. Anyways, they were clearly aware that I was looking for a car the last month because I've got a couple weeks until my trip, and they took this thing from $5 to 10 almost. And if you look at the daily, this thing started trading again right at the end of last year, and it was down at 50 cents. Bob, you could have picked it up. That's right, 50 cents when it started. It went a bit lower, it dipped all the way down there to 50 cents. So 20 bagger since that low there in March, Bob, March of 21 only on Hertz. It's got a market cap today of 1.24 billion, excuse me. And yeah, look at that parabolic move. Just, you're going to love it. I mean, again, haven't we learned anything?
Actually, Matt, with a $4,000 car rental for a week, that looks like it makes sense. But this one doesn't look like.
But again, there's only 10 of us looking for that there's only 10 people in the country that can afford that price right now because they're canceling vacations is what they're doing. You want to see what inflation does? This is what it's doing. And let's take a look at Avis. All right, Avis hit a low in the pandemic of $7, went to 94, Bob, 94. That's 94, which is, again, what is it? Just about a, that's a 15 bagger, just about gets you to 100. So let's call it 15 bag. This thing looks like it has full on rolled over too, because now the market is realizing shit. Sally, cancel the vacation because we can't afford the car payment because
we can fly there, get COVID, and then not drive anywhere. Just sit at the airport. Where'd you go on your vacation? Oh, we went to the airport in Oklahoma City. Stayed there for a week. Now flew back home.
I don't understand it. So Avis is a $5 billion market cap, and currently trading around $72, which is off $22. So again, it's already entered bear market territory. You got to look at that. I think just the cost of gas and the cost of gas, the insurance. Again, I'm going to these side Turo where you rent somebody else's car, and I've done that service before, and it's usually a little bit more than renting a car from the big boys, but in this case it's saving me money, but it's costing me more in the end of the day. Inflation is real. It's showing up in these car rental. I mean, here's what it is. Zoom has killed the rental car market. All these people that went under because of the pandemic and now are re-emerging, don't have cars. And then the people that want to travel or are traveling to see customers now, I guess they just figure the expense accounts are paying for it because it makes no sense otherwise. How you can even begin to charge, $4,400 for a week. What is that? $650 a day for a Suburban, Bob. Good Lord.
Well, let's do some more math, though, Matt. Math is like that. It sneaks up on you. Hold on, let me do it. $228,000 a year for the Suburban.
I'm buying a Lambo, basically.
Matt, I got a picture up here, and that is a Sunbeam Toastmaster. You might ask me, why in the fuck do you have that up there? Matt, let me tell you something. I have 10 brothers and sisters, and in the family text chain, we started talking about how many pieces of toast our Sunbeam Toastmaster toasted. Got to be near 100,000 slices of toast this thing put down. When you're feeding 11 kids, like toast with margarine, let's kill them early. Margarine, butter is too expensive. Toast with margarine and back to cinnamon, right? And some sugar. Listen, man, those are some cheap calories. They can have a piece of toast or two and get them off to school. Anyway, Matt, speaking of inflation, wheat trying to claw back and retell a bull story. Not quite there yet, but for sure off the bottom. You want to take it? You want me to take it?
Go for it.
All right, hold on a second. I'm gonna fractal. I'm gonna fractal. All right, we're gonna start with the monthly.
Well, we had the WASDA numbers on Monday, so that came out. That was spread. I haven't even done.
Yeah, let me talk. I'm talking now on wheat.
Okay.
Here we go. Monthly for sure, still upward sloping. Respected that monthly average, and as we fractal in on a standard deviation basis, Matt. Off of the mat now and out of lower momentum on the weekly. They need to hold this though, and pretty distinguishing downward sloping channel that they're in now. Me and you, neither one of us are very big at trend lines and channels. Anyway, it's telling a little healthier story for sure. A lot more, and I got to tell you, I'm being facetious a bit about the number of pieces of bread that we toasted. But as things get tight and bread is cheaper than steak, I mean, toast becomes a menu item again. In Australia, you can put a little Vegemite on it. Anyway, wheat on the front contract, trying to test that daily up momentum level. All right, momentum to momentum, 660-ish, let's call it. A close above there, it's looking healthy again to me, and I think higher prices are imminent. It's an eminence front, Matt, in toastering.
It's a put on.
It's not a put on. It's an eminence front.
So let me take a look at the daily here. Let me fractal out with you, Bob. And again, low back here in September, 451 went to 771. You can see it came right to a key reference here, and it bounced on the daily, like right to it. So I wish you would have brought this up 2 days ago, and I would have said, yeah, I like it for a real low risk entry trade. Now that trade's already happened, so I missed it.
That doesn't mean it can't.
No, but it's still to me, as long as kind of this, $6 level, 6 even holds on a close, on a weekly close especially, you're okay. But below that, it's going to go to this next level and the next level, right? So bullish all the way above, for me today, I'll buy 520, but we're not trading there. So I don't love it as much here. It's not really breaking out. Matter of fact, the trend, to your point, you got to respect what the price is doing right now, and it's really not going. It's not breaking out. It's in a flag.
Not yet. No, I agree, and I actually think this chart is healthier if it trades sideways for a while and then regains this up momentum on the day.
And there's this. Maybe it's got to get down into here before you can really buy it. I don't know, but again, I'm sticking to the profile. The profile right now says 6 holds, good. That held once and it went up 10%. So that trade kind of already happened, probably just the last 2 days. And post WASDA, here we are. This was the WASDA number. It was sitting at the bottom. Bam! Rocket ship. Should have bought some volatility. That's really what you should have done into that number.
Rocket man. All right, Matt, you shared this inside the network. LeBron's $1 billion business. We're going to tack here because we've had a request inside our community about Live Nation, but for sure, I did not know this, how much, when you read the article, how much of content development his businesses have done and are doing. And basically, let's face it, he's just a content person, even in his 9 to 5, right?
Yeah. So he's done a lot of disservice to his brand, I would say, in the last year. So,
well, he's hoping to ring it for $750 million.
I think we have seen peak LeBron, honestly.
So you're not buying it.
He's no Jordan. No.
He's no Jordan. All right, Matt, let's look at Live Nation, another content distributor, right?
Yep.
In the form of concerts,
music
concerts. Bring it up.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, this is interesting. Locals. I'll do the local flair. Our outdoor theater here. I don't know if they partnered or were sold, but now we have an outdoor theater with about 7,000 on the lawn out there. Some pretty decent shows. I mean, I saw a Coldplay here in 2002, like second year I moved here, and I've seen some good breakout bands, but this year we don't have any concerts starting until August 8th. Again, COVID, they redid the stage, they redid the sound system. It's all bigger, better, blah, blah, blah. They did a deal with Live Nation. So that brings me to how's that look? Well, we actually peaked here in March as the world knew we were reopening, sold off, and then tested it again here just recently here in late June. Well, we're already halfway through summer, technically. I mean, just about. And the shows are going to happen, but as you said before we came on, a lot of these blue states, they're not going to still have outdoor concerts. Maybe I'm surprised, quite honestly, our blue state is, but they somehow couldn't pass up the tax dollars there. But this is looking bullish, but possibly double topping and pullback. I would love to buy 67 if it pulled back to there right now, which is another $14, which is another 15%, which gets less and less bullish. That's today. This chart's going to change, Bob, and again, I think we're going to probably, unfortunately, cruise back to lower levels. I don't think this is going to be a great next few earnings seasons for Live Nation, although they're off the mat, and they took out the crazy thing is they took out the levels of February of 20, which was basically all-time highs. So I do find that interesting. So again, and that's that 67 level. If we can hold that, if we can hold this area in here, might be an area for you to reload if you've missed this whole run as I have. But pretty powerful chart for sure.
All right, Matt. Thank you for your always great, Matt. Always great. All right, we're gonna talk. You love the dollar, Matt. And so, but I'm gonna do a little nuance here. Drink nuance trading, and then I told we talked about this before. How on the floor for virtually ever in the currencies, lots of people took the dollar out of the equation, right? And I've recently talked about long Canada, short yen on that rise, which worked out very well. And this is another one that I'm looking at, Matt, nuance here. You can be long the dollar, but sometimes it's not sometimes. People wouldn't do this if there wasn't more alpha available occasionally. And occasionally you lose more money too. That's the way trading goes. I know you are like, this thing is stuck in a range. I got no interest in it. And for me, I just want to bring it up. The nuance. Two nuances here too, man. We got a 2-for-1 because when we started arguing about it like we do, I was saying you just subtract the pound from the euro. It's 20 cents over right now. And that's what you're trading. Trade the chart. And you were like, no, you got to divide it by it, or you got to use the FX model. Anyway, this is the monthly of the pound over the euro. All right. Worth more in dollar terms. Again, back to our nuances around crypto. At the end of the day, you come back to the dollar if you're a United States citizen and spend dollars at your local Angelucci's for your coffee beans. Anyway, this is a monthly, all right? So very long term. And I can see where your argument is that it's still stuck. It's at actually the high end of this range, right? And you should be selling it. For me, the nuance here now is we got the 6th month in a row now, respecting the momentum level and expanding potentiality on the standard deviation lines.
Yeah, but it's done that 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th time, and this is about the time when it stops.
2 times.
No,
This is the 3rd time.
No, it's done it. I go back.
Anyway,
I go back to
Matt,
2016.
Matt, this whole rally here had to start like this one. So yeah, you might be right. You can sell this the top end of this channel. All right. But if it breaks out of it, there's just a lot of room. That's all I'm telling you. There's a lot of room.
If ifs and buts were candied and nuts.
Ifs and buts were, yeah, all right. Well, ifs and buts, you're telling me I can't draw the chart that way. So this is the FX model, right? 117 pound euro, right? Yeah. It's the same chart. That's all I'm telling you.
A little different. I agree with you.
It's the same fucking chart.
All right. So
now you jump in, please.
It is, but it isn't. And we haven't gotten above 121. That was the high, and we're at 117. We're not even close. And we're not breaking down 105. We're not even close. We're just stuck in the middle. It's
All right, now again, this was a monthly chart.
Woo!
Right, so
I'm looking at a weekly.
July, we're going to revisit this. July 14th, definitely July 14th. Still looking for sponsors for the stream, by the way. July 14th. Matt, we're going to circle back. Jen Paskey, we're going to circle back. I'll give me two months. September 15th.
I'll give you 2 years. It's not going there. I'll just keep selling. I'll just keep selling premium. I'll keep selling premium while you keep hoping.
Listen, this is and
I'll
the biggest driver of this, by the way.
I'll keep selling premium while you keep hoping.
Wait a second. The biggest driver of this is Brexit is going to be better for the pound long run, and Europe.
Brexit didn't happen.
Yeah, it's happening, Matt. It's happening. Left, right, and center. It's happening.
They threw it away. That's why.
All right, Matt. Let's talk crypto.
They threw it away in the UK today. Said they're going to back the Taliban. I mean, go figure.
We live in the upside down. All right, Matt. Crypto. Only one thing to talk about, but let's bring it in with no audio again. Little street music. Little matrixy. Crypto after dark, Matt. This really works perfect with Nicholas Taleb, your favorite.
Big fan.
He wrote a Bitcoin black paper. Talk about after dark. Why Bitcoin is worth exactly zero. Facing a lot of criticism for this.
Not for me.
Apparently, it's not worth zero.
I am on board that trade, Taleb.
Apparently, it's not worth zero, as you can.
I love that I'm with the smart money on this trade. I am with the smart
$32,000. 844.33 cents exactly, Matt. So he could say it's worth exactly zero, but
Bob,
he'd have a hard time buying it for zero.
Bob, a number and a word for you: 3 gorges.
Anyway, let me Bitcoin it for a bit. We both are in agreement here, by the way, on Bitcoin.
By the way, we made a new low last night, 31.6, but held 32, and we're back above 32.8, sitting in the same chunky monkey right now. It's really chunky.
And by the way, I mean this thing is.
Let me show it real quick while you're dilly dallying there.
The range is go ahead. You can actually tell thing. Because the range is now 32 to 36.
We talked about it yesterday, 2 days ago. Nothing's changed. We're just stuck in this chunky monkey. I mean, what's going to take it out? What's going to take it above 36? Then you got 41. Again, fractal out. You got the multiple levels. Nothing's changed. The Twinklevoss twins are talking, but this monkey ain't going above 41, 42. You got 2 layers. You got
without a giant fight. I agree with you 100%.
I mean, what's going to happen? I mean, again, Christine Lagarde's talking about digital currency. None of them are talking about Bitcoin. They're talking about creating their own because they want to track your ass. They want to do the opposite of what Bitcoin does. She says, you don't want anonymity, do you? No, we definitely don't as the taxers. The narratives are unbelievable. That's exactly what she said. And I was like, wow, these people are just spinning. It's all about narrative. But
let me just tell you something.
This is the fact. They want digital currency, Bob. They absolutely do. They don't want Bitcoin because they absolutely don't want anonymity. They want to know every freaking move you make. Financially, socially. I mean, look at what China's done. Everybody is seeing this model, and at least the socialist nations are jumping on board the Chinese model. We can control, we can tax, we can unbury ourselves out of the pension problems. Oh, wait, did I say that? Wait, that's the actual problem here. They can't freaking pay their government employees their pensions forever. It's the same in this country. This is what it's all about. This is what Biden's BS is all about. He's broke.
All right, Matt. Point well taken. The other thing I wanted to just point out was the second tweet in the stream here, the one preceding this by an hour. The French Revolution represents quite a different lesson in how to not be fooled by labels. If there's something in history that represents absence of freedom, it is Bastille Day. The revolution equals mob rule and absolutism for more than a half a century. And man, you want to talk about crimes against humanity in the name of freedom. Holy shit, did they spend some time crucifying each other in France. Anyway, I don't know. It's a sign of the times, Matt. That's all I got today, Matt. That's all I got.
You're gonna throw some Prince out on me now? Sign of the times?
Prince is by far the best playlist for your at-home party ever. He's number one. There's nobody above Prince for your at-home party. If you want to move the furniture and roll the rug up and really party hard, you need Prince.
Or for your political statement, the sign of the times, man. Just listen to the opening line.
All right, is there lyrics?
At the opening line, in France, the skinny man died of a big disease with a little name.
Skinny man died of a big disease with a little name. By chance, his girlfriend came across a needle, and soon she did the same.
Give me some air singing as we leave.
You can't hear this?
Yeah, baby. I'm all over it.
Gang called the disciples high on crack, toting on a machine gun.
All right, Matt. Please visit us at marketvitals.io. Please, please, please retweet and share the show. And if you are of a sound mind and agree that honesty, no matter what kind of profanity goes along with it, is important for society and would like to be a sponsor of marketvitals.io, please join the community and reach out. We would love to have a sponsor.
Hey, maybe dial in those F-bombs and make them fudge bombs. I mean, come on.
Are you saying I should change?
I'm just saying.
You've said a few of them too.
I
don't know.
I get sucked into the vortex.
At least we don't use the C word. Clinton.
Couldn't.
In fact, I'm sure in 100 years, those two things will be the same in history books.
It'll be.
All right, Matt, that's it. I got to go.
Merriam's dictionary posting. Yes.
Right on.
In France. Bye-bye.